Hi there, my name's Daryl, it's great to OMC you and welcome to Old Man Cycling. Even though it's nearly the middle of September here in the UK, we're having a little bit of a heat wave at the moment and it's forecast to get up to 26 degrees Celsius again this afternoon. So I'm getting out early on the bike this morning before it gets too hot, but it's still quite warm. I would say it's probably about 20 degrees at the moment. It's only about 8:30. So we're gonna go for a quick ride. Come with me, let's get cracking. It's another great morning for a cycle, perfect weather, so I'm really looking forward to today's ride. A little bit of an update on my weight loss, it's going well. It's nearly 2 weeks now since we came back from our cruise. Let's get past this horse. Now I only weigh myself once a week, but it is something that I've done for probably about 17 years. It's not that I'm obsessed, but I'm the kind of person that I will just graze on food and eat. And if I wasn't very careful, I would just balloon. And so, generally speaking, I eat as I like, but it gets to a point where I do need to wind it back a little bit. As I said in my last video, it's not particularly because I'm vain, it's more because I want my clothes to fit. And a short while ago, probably about a year ago, I did buy quite a lot of new clothes that were of a smaller size, which I now can't fit in. So I do want to get back in those. Just because the slightly smaller fit looks better. Now past this tractor. It's a big bugger. Now I'm also trying to spend quite a bit of time on the bike, because at my time of life, exercising is always a bit harder and losing weight is harder still. But with a careful diet, now when I say careful, pretty much what I've done is I've reduced my carb intake almost down to zero, so you get very little of that. I'm eating a lot of vegetables, chicken and protein, and that's all I've really changed. And I've cut down snacking in between meals, which is really the thing that I found to be the big problem. I'm waiting until I'm hungry before I actually eat anything. So I think that's a key to just managing your weight. I'm not trying to be a stick figure or anything like that, but just the goal is to get back into those clothes that I wore before. Now, if this is your first time visiting the channel, or if you're a regular watcher but haven't clicked the subscribe button yet, go ahead and do that now, because it really helps the channel out, but it also makes sure that you don't miss out on any future content. Also, don't forget to like and share this video. Now, coming up very shortly is quite a steep little climb. Now, it doesn't last for very long, but it kind of jumps at you out of nowhere. And so, as I've said before, what I've started to do is reserve the use of the motor power for climbs like this. And that was the Wahoo just going off, telling me that there's going to be a climb coming up. And so at the moment now, I've dropped down into my very lowest gear, and I'm going to see how long I can just stay under my own power, but I am reserving the possibility of putting the motor on. Just at the moment it's feeling okay. I'm not feeling like this is pulling too hard. There have been times in the past when doing this bit of a climb here, couldn't have possibly done it without the motor, but I think I'm going to get up here this morning. Yep, there's the summit. It wasn't a massive bank, but it is quite steep. But I think because it's short, I managed to do it without the motor, which is good. Now, as I said in my last video, in a few weeks I'm going to reach my 1 year anniversary of having my Orbea Gain. And so what I'm going to be doing is a 1 year review. I'll probably even do a how I make a cycle video. And if you do have any questions specifically about the Orbea or e-bikes in general, then do let me know and I'll try and answer them in those videos. So at the moment I'm just waiting here for these traffic lights to change, but look at this view that I've got over this field here, a tree there in the background, the sun in the sky, and then this hill here is called Bosley Cloud. It's a local landmark, but what a great thing to see on an autumn morning. Makes you feel glad to be alive. Because I select my routes at random and just pull them up off the Wahoo, it's always a shock sometimes where I'm going. And we've got another pretty good descent coming up just here. This one's quite good fun. And at the bottom of it there's a fairly attractive viaduct for a train track. Also, while I've been cycling, I've been thinking about what I can film for next week's video. And what I've decided to do is, ahead of my 1 year review of my Orbea Gain, I'm going to do a video on my old road bike. So I've got a really good comparison between that and the e-bike. So that should be a really interesting video, so look out for that next week. Now, I've been trying to look out for a spot where I can film a little bit of the viaduct to show you, but unfortunately the trees are blocking the view. And the other downside about a descent is I've now got to climb up the other side. I've got a little bit further up the road and now we've got a view of the viaduct carrying the train line over this river here down in the bottom of the valley. One of the reasons I like cycling, and I'm so glad that I made the effort to get back into it again, it's just being out riding around the country on a morning like this. It gives you time to think, but just appreciate just how beautiful the countryside is. You notice smells. I've just driven past a restaurant that must have been cooking breakfast and got a lovely smell of bacon, and then I've had smells of tar and just farmyard smells, but it all really heightens the experience of just being out. Now, I'm not in cycling because I want to win the Tour de France or anything like that. Yes, I want to get fitter, but mainly I do it for the enjoyment. And this is just such a lovely experience, riding through the countryside on a lovely autumn morning. Well, I'm just over 2 miles away from home and I've stopped off at my local nature reserve just to film the end of the video. I love coming to this place to take photographs, but it's a very calming, quiet place as well, just to come to see nature. Now, just at the moment there aren't many birds on the water, so I'm glad I haven't come with my camera today, but it's a great way to finish the video. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Now look out for next week's video, which will be my comparison with my old road bike, which will be the forerunner to my 1 year review of my Orbea. So that's coming shortly. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, do let me know down below in the comments, or you can nip over to my Facebook account and leave me your comments there. Now, you can also do me a really big favor by clicking the like, subscribe and the bell notification, because it really helps me out and it helps the channel to grow, but it also makes sure that you don't miss out on any future content. And also you can share this video as well. Now watch out for next week's video, that's going to go live on Saturday. In the meantime, it's been great to see you, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Hello. On a morning when you're out, bollocks.